What's up, Ichu? For today's video, this is going to be our guide on how to use Dialga and Dialga Origin in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll be providing some competitive movesets and some fun meme movesets too. If there's a Pokemon you'd like to see me cover, let me know about in the comment section. And if you want to support the series, make sure you hit that like button and let's get into it. So earlier on, I did Palkia and Palkia Origin, so I thought it'd only be fitting to do Dialga now. So Dialga, alike Palkia, gets a new item called Adamant Crystal. So it is pretty much the same kind of item, but there is a little bit of a stat difference. So, firstly looking at its stats here, man, it's a legendary Pokemon. It's very, very good. Now, the differences in stats, let's say, for example, here we've got Dialga Origin. Let's start with Dialga. So, Dialga, we've got 20 more in attack, and when it transforms, it actually loses that 20 in attack. That's not really that important for Dialga. It's more of a special attacker, but the main thing is it gains 20 in special defense, so it actually makes it even more bulkier. And you know, Dialga's a very, very bulky Pokemon. It's got excellent typing with Steel and Dragon too, so this actually opens up it opens up you probably to use Dialga a lot of the time over, Dialga Origin a lot of the time over normal Dialga. So I'm going to be doing some movesets on the Origin, and of course I'll do some on normal Dialga too, trying to find a few niches where you'd possibly need Dialga over Origin. Alright, let's have a look. So Adamant Crystal, we've got this, is exactly the same as the old item. This is permanently here to actually change Dialga Origin's form. So if you want to use this item and you want to have this form, you have to hold the Adamant Crystal. So that's going to give you a boost for Steel and Dragon types, which is a 1.2 times, which is great because you've got some very, very powerful Dragon and Steel type moves on this Pokemon. It's very good. Now, as for the abilities, same as Palkia, it's got Pressure and Telepathy. So depending on what kind of team you're using this on, whether it's doubles, you can use Telepathy in doubles, and you can also use Pressure as well. So if you're going to run this in singles, use Pressure. Doubles, you got the option of using Telepathy. You've got to, obviously run that along with a partner that's going to be dealing damage as well to you, so you can ignore that damage, which is going to be quite good. So the first set here I've got is pretty much a more standard special attacking set. So we've got max speed and we've got max special attack, Timid Nature. Now Dialga isn't super duper fast, so it's got a lot of resistance though, so a lot of things, which makes it a very, very good Pokemon. So we've got Draco Meteor, of course, and it gets Steel Beam too, which is very, very good. So Steel Beam at 140 base power is going to hit very, very hard. We've got Ice Beam and I've got Thunderbolt as well. So some pretty good coverage moves there that it gets for sure. You could sort of, you could shake it up a little bit with, you might be able to swap Ice Beam out to maybe Fire Blast. That's another option you could have for sure. It sort of depends on what coverage you're going and, what you've got running on your team there. But all of these work really well. You could even run on this if you really wanted to run Thunder. You could too, say if you're running something like with Kyogre on your team. But if you're not, then I'd probably stick to Thunderbolt. Now, as for Terra types, you've got a couple of options here. You've got Terra Steel, which is very, very good for sure. And you've got Terra Dragon. Personally, I don't know if you'd even be tearing this because, I don't know, its typing's already good. You've already got Terra, you've already got like Steel and Dragon, so there's so many resistors there, which is pretty cool. They're a little bit weak to fighting and ground and stuff like that, so maybe you could try and troll and go for like maybe Ghost or Flying. I don't know, but I feel like you probably don't need to do that. If you were going to do that, you could sort of like you could get Terra Blast. I guess you could go Terra Blast on there, or maybe just a surprise one and just have the Terra Blast flying, or sorry, Terra Flying as a surprise and not have Terra Blast. So there are a couple of options there, but I don't know. It's typing so good. I'd be questioning whether I could even make use out of it, or just for extra. I suppose you could just do it for extra damage if you really wanted to. That's another option there as well. So you've also got Ice Beam's not bad because you can hit those ground type Pokemon too. That's why I quite like Ice Beam on there. But anyway, there's your special attacking set there, whether you're running that or not. You could also opt for Terra Ice too. That could be interesting. So you could try and make a bulky in a snow team. That would be insanely bulky. Like, could you imagine 120 base defense and 120 base special defense at the same time? That would be very, very crazy on a snow team. So that's another option for sure. Let's have a look at more of a tank-style support set. We got, this is a defensive wall, would work very, very nicely. So, this is a good stealth rocker for sure, whether you're running, this is probably more geared, definitely more geared towards singles. So, we've got Stealth Rock and Dragon Tail, which go very nicely hand in hand. It also gets Thunder Wave, which is quite good too. So, you've got Dragon Tail there for phasing, Thunder Wave for spreading that annoyingness through the opponent's team. And I've given it Flash Cannon too, so it's got a bit of coverage. Well, it can do something at least to a fairy type if it comes in. Otherwise, you're walled by Dragon Tail. EVs, I said before, so we've got Max Health and Max Defense, Bold Nature. Look, if you really wanted to, you could probably not even go Bold. You could go, I don't know, like to probably just drop its speed or something like that. I don't think its speed is really that important on this yet. We'll go Relax, so that way it doesn't get a drop. Its attack or special attack. So we've got Relax, Nature, which is going to be decent. And I can see this definitely working well. It's very, very good typing. Very bulky on the defensive side. Now, you might notice the Terra type that I've got on here. So I've got Terra type Ghost. I know, I thought the Terra type Ghost could be kind of cool using this for like, let's say you set the Stealth Rock up right and you're going to get someone to come in and try and get rid of that. Or you could block it with Terra type Ghost, like a spin block could be quite cool there with the Ghost types. So that could be an option. Or you just leave it as Terra typing at Steel or Steel or Dragon. They're both going to be pretty cool. So that sort of set I feel could work with Ghost if you really wanted to, block all those like rapid spinners and stuff like that. So that's another option you could use it. Very, very bulky tank support set. I like defensive probably on it the best. So the next one we got here is a Trick Room set. So this is going to be more geared towards doubles. However, you could use it in singles if you really wanted to. I just kind of like this one in doubles. I've tried it before. I was mucking around with it the other day. So we've got Telepathy, of course, and we've got Trick Room, and we've got Terra Ice Blizzard. So I thought this absolutely has the bulk to run a Terra Ice Blizzard set there. It's going to have some extra bulk, and we've got Blizzard 100% actually in the snow. Good to run it with like an Abomasnow or another Pokemon that is going to set up the snow. We've got Power Gem there. When you do turn to an Ice type, you've got a way to like Fire types that may possibly come in. And I've got Steel Beam as well. Just for some like really powerful extra coverage there. Steel Beam's going to be doing lots of damage, but you got to sort of conserve when you use Steel Beam though, because once you use it once, yeah, you're probably not going to be using it again after that because it's not super, super, super fast. So that's another option you could do there. Maybe you could, I was thinking like maybe like a doubles like kind of support set. Let me see what we got here. Let's give it no special attack. Let's give it defense. I'm going to try something here, like a little bit different. So you could run it as Trick Room support. I'm going to try and run it as pure support. Like what option? I don't even know what options we're going to have here. So there's really not that much. You've got, it's actually quite similar to Palkia in a lot of ways, what moves it actually learns. So yeah, you've got Trick's another option too. Just put that on hold for a sec. If you do want to have Trick on like Dialga, you can run it like on this similar sort of like special attacking set, which I'll get to in a sec. I just wanted to mention that on the spot. So we have a Trick Room set up. I think that's about it. It doesn't really get into many moves there. Yeah, you could have like Trick Protect, Steel Beam, and like Draco Meteor or something like that. I guess that could be something you could go on there. I kind of be inclined to give it, you wouldn't probably have to give it, you wouldn't have to probably give it defensive stats, or you could go like just max special attack for extra damage there. So there are options, make it bulky, or, you could make it like just a full-out special attack. So there are a couple of options there, whatever you want to do, or just Terras, could be Steel or Dragon there. So that's option if you want to run Trick Room on your Dialga Origin. Now, let's have a look. Let's carve out a couple of niches you could possibly run on normal Dialga that the Origin form wouldn't be able to have. So we've got normal Dialga here. We've got a Choice Spec. So it is a little bit similar to the like Palkia kind of thing. So Palkia or Dialga, they can run Choice Specs. That's another option you can go for there. So we've got Flash Cannon, Fire Blast, Ice Beam, and Draco Meteor. You could drop this Flash Cannon if you really wanted Steel Beam. That would be doing an enormous amount of damage there as well. Like Steel Beam, imagine like Terra-type Steel. Terra-type Steel Beam with Choice Specs. That's going to do insane damage for sure. Like, even something resistant would take a lot of damage from that. So I feel like that'd definitely be worth losing half your health over, especially if you just want, like, you've got a really bulky Pokemon you just really need to hit hard, and or someone's trying to swap something in the check your counters and stuff like that. So we've got that going there. We've got Steel Beam, Fire Blast, Ice Beam, and Draco Meteor. Same sort of EVs there. You don't really change them up too much for special attacking sets. So I'm giving this one modest. You could probably go for Timid if you wanted to. I kind of like the extra little bit of... it's a good amount of special attack, you know. Like, I feel like you're just going to go for a massive power and then take a Pokemon out and possibly do some more damage to the next one than Faint. So that could work too. But, you know, you could go Timid on that as well. Both of those would work for sure. Going to be very, very powerful. Pressure or Telepathy is sort of up to you. You could run... Once again, you can run this in doubles and singles. Whatever you're going to be running there. So another little niche that Dialga could possibly use is Body Press. So... it actually does get... I put Bulk Up and Iron Defense both in. I just wanted to show you what it got. It actually gets Iron Defense, which is actually pretty cool. So, instead of using Bulk Up, you could use... with Bulk Up, you could use, like, Heavy Slam and stuff like that. With Iron Defense, you'd purely be basing it around Body Press. So, let's do an Iron Defense set first. Let's do that. Okay, so Iron Defense and Body Press, Terra-type Fighting. What else could we do with that? Ooh, we could go Rest. So we've got Rest, and you could either opt for a Chesto here, Chesto Berry, that could work, and then put on like another coverage move, physical side of course. You've got Dragon Tail, that's an option. I'm just trying to think like any Ghost type Pokemon. That'd be the only one that would probably cause you a little bit of pain. It actually gets Metal Burst too. That's kind of cool. Well, you might go over a Troll set and say, yeah, I don't know. I'd probably go with that, or I'd go with like Dragon Tail or Heavy Slam. At least with Heavy Slam, you can hit fairies with. So either Dragon Tail or Heavy Slam, or you could just go complete. You could go complete Rest, Sleep Talk like that, and then whack on like Shuka Berry isn't a bad item for Dialga as well. That could be nice. You've got Leftovers. That's another one too. So that's another one you could actually opt to go for too. Or you could put on something like... we're running like Special Defense EVs here. Like heavy Special Defense EVs. So max health and max special attack with Careful. So you could run like a more... This is more of a troll build, obviously. You could maybe you could pop on like Apricot or something like that to like completely buff up your Special Defense one stage. Because... with these sort of sets, once you swap them in and once you start going for Iron Defense and Body Press, you're pretty much, that's it, you're committed. So it's probably better than to have an item like that. Or you could have Rocky Helmet on there too. That's another item that could, absolutely work for sure. Or you got Chopple Berry, that's another one. As you set up that's another good one. As you set up like the Iron Defense and Body Press combination, you could have that. So that way you wouldn't take as much damage before that. So that's another way you could possibly run Dialga. Or you could have like the other one I was talking about. We had like the Bulk Up set. And this is a little bit different, so we'll get rid of that. And we had Heavy Slam on this one. So we have Heavy Slam and we got Body Press. And we got Rest, and I think I just had Chesto on that. Chesto could work there for sure. So that's another way of running Dialga. So it's got pretty good defense. 120 base defense isn't anything to scoff at either, so that's pretty decent. All right, let's have a look. We got a double set here, or VGC, whether you run this or whatever rule set you're playing or whatever time you're watching this video. This is my Eject Pack set. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag, a little bit of gimmicks and surprise, but I think it's got some pretty good potential. So we've got Telepathy, of course. We've got Eject Pack. Now, Eject Pack is going to be very good on a number of these moves. So we've got Draco Meteor, which is a powerful Dragon-type move. It's going to hit really, really hard. And then Eject Pack is going to eject you out of the battle, which means you're not a sitting duck with those negative drops. I've also got Overheat too, which does the same thing. So this works kind of nicely. Overheat, I don't think you're going to be using too much of the time. But just in case you get an annoying Steel-type Pokemon, that could torch you and then swap you out. Another move I got is Blizzard as well. So, as I was talking about, Snow Team would be pretty cool there. Or you've got, like, just a way to go for Blizzard, like, I guess, like, just a way to hit both Pokemon. It is a little bit inaccurate, too. And I've also got Steel Beam there. So Steel Beam's just a way to get some really, really powerful damage. So you've got Terra Steel. You could go Terra Dragon Hook. You could even go Terra Fire. But I probably wouldn't go Terra Fire, though. But, yeah, you got some options there to run a special attacking set. And Jetpack kind of works nicely with a lot of those moves. Let's check out some meme movesets now. Some of those, I know some of those are meme as well, but yeah, what an interesting looking Pokemon. It looked like it swallowed something. I don't know. It sort of looks like a snake that swallowed, like, I don't know, like a big stone or something like that. So we're going to delete a couple of these sets here, and let's have a look at Dialga. Let's do a troll set. So I do notice that Dialga, let's do a Pipnight special here. So we got Metal Burst. So Metal Burst is actually quite an interesting move. So Metal Burst is a little bit different from Counter and Miracle, whereas it actually goes off, it's not negative in priority. So to get it around that, we're going to need to absolutely dump Dialga's speed here. And we don't want to make it too bulky either, otherwise not enough damage will be done to it. So how about we go mixed? So we got max attack, max special attack, and we'll go brave or quiet. We'll go quiet, and 166 is okay, but we want to make this even slower, so we'll give it Iron Ball. So that's going to halve our speed now, which is going to be kind of interesting for sure. So that way we've got half 166 then, or whatever level you're running. Level 50's a lot of the norm there. But yeah, that basically translates similar thing anyway. So we've got Metal Burst. So whenever a Pokemon comes in, Dialga's pretty much always going to be able to take a hit due to its overall bulk. But with these EVs, if there is a super effective attack, you are going to take a lot of damage there because you're not running anything like max health. So you've got that Metal Burst surprise. What else can we give it here? We've got Draco, Meteor, Steel. Steel Beam's probably not a very good idea because you'll lose up like a lot of your health. I'd be inclined just to give it Draco, Meteor, and what have we got? Like physical attacks. Let's have a look at his physical attacks. Does it get Fling? Oh, I was hoping it got Fling because you go like a really fun sort of type there. So you got Draco, Meteor for a special attacking move. And then I'd start going for like a physical move. So we got like, what do we got here? Like Earthquake, Heavy, Iron. Oh, Iron Head. Oh, I've got an idea for a good set here for a Dialga in a sec. I just thought of something cool. Yeah, there's not too much. I'm trying to go for some memes here. How about we go for the Mighty Iron? Oh, look at this. It's a beautiful set. So look at this. All right, so we got a Metal Burst, a Draco Meteor. This is going to be awesome. So Draco Meteor and Iron Tail, they're pretty shaky in accuracy. So we've got Stomping Tantrum is going to be double base power if these moves miss, which they most likely are. And then we've got a Metal Burst meme there in case we can't do anything to the opponent and they're very scary and we just unleash the beast against them. So that would definitely work. As for Terra-type, Terra-type Ground, yeah. We could go Terra-type Ground and go for our ginormous Stomping Tantrum if one of our moves, actually did miss this. So how about that? I like this Dialga set. It's a bit of fun. So there you go, bit of a fun Dialga set. Now let's go over another one. I've actually got another good idea for Dialga. So we could have Dialga Origin. Oh no, we'll do normal Dialga because this has got more attack. So I mentioned Iron Head before. Okay, we got Iron Head. Now, looking at its speed, it's not all that good, so let's make another Trick Room set. We're going lots of Trick Rooms today. So we got that Brave Nature. We're going to go Room Service. We got Trick Room here. We're going to try and flinch spam the opponent with Iron Head. And they're going to get very, very salty. So max health, max attack, and I'll just drop the last in defense or whatever like that. Do we have any other flinching moves here? So Iron Head is good because it's constant flinch. We are going to get walled though if we don't have a ground move. We got Rock Slide. That's going to be kind of good there. Rock Slide. And I think Earthquake could polish this set off very, very nicely. Just for coverage reason. We also have Body Press too, but that's not going to do It's not going to do too much. Yeah, let's give it Earthquake. So there we go. So we got that. We got Terra Steel. So we got another amazing troll set there. So we set the Trick Room up. We get the room service. And then we start spamming Ironhead with Terra Steel. And, Ironhead's got a 30% chance to flinch. Rockslide's got 30. And Earthquake's just for coverage in case the Steel type comes in. There you go. What a cool Dialga set. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could do. Oh, I gotta say this too. I had to explain this different. So, what do we got? Adamant. Yeah, so like Palkia, the Adamant Crystal and Adamant Orb are exactly the same thing. The only thing is with the Adamant Orb, you don't have a transformation. With the Adamant Crystal, you do. So I thought I'd just explain that one. There's really no reason to run Adamant Orb on normal Dialga, though. Like, unless you just want like a passive kind of... Unless you wanted like just a passive sort of boost there without having been locked in. That's another option. You don't have to transform. But yeah, I still feel that Choice Specs is better. You're going to get more base power. There's virtually no reason to run this, right? Because it's exactly the same as that. But yeah, I think that kind of sums up all the moves of Dialga. Let me just go through like one final time on every single move that it gets. I like to always do that. We'd like to discuss everything about a Pokemon, not just the easiest and best sets to use. We go through absolutely everything and last minute thoughts. We had like Thunder. I think I did a Thunder Waves. Yeah, I already did like a tanky set. You could run that on Dialga as well, but it's probably better on Origin because it's got more bulk. Yeah, nothing really here I haven't discussed. And we got Rain. It's pretty cool. It gets Sun and Rain as well to set them up. Nothing really else. It gets Trick. I was thinking that Choice Spec set too. This could be another option you could put on there. Let's say we were running that. As a bit of surprise against the opponent, you could possibly go for Trick too. So that's always... say you're expecting your Pokemon to come in and wall you, like, oh, a Steel type's going to come in, or a Blissey's going to try and stall me, or a high special defense Pokemon is going to be really annoying, right? Or the opponent's got a very good item. I want to lock them into a certain item, or it's a physical attacker. You can trick a Choice Spec to them and shut them down. So that could definitely work there. But I think that's pretty much it for our friend Dialga here. I don't think there's really much else to discuss. I'm just looking at its moves. Yep, there's not too much. You could have a Roar of Time red card set. I think I've used that. It's a good meme. And your Ancient Power's another one too, but that's kind of all based on luck there too. But maybe you could give that a try. And yeah, we've gone over all the physical moves. It actually gets really good physical moves. Like not really good physical moves, but good physical moves too. So it's not all that bad. It sort of falls in the same category as Palkia. Anyway, people, that's pretty much it. I don't see a lot of people using Dialga over Dialga Origin. Dialga Origin has more special defensive bulk, and it only loses out in attack, really. So I don't think Dialga will be used as much. The only thing it'd probably be used for would be like... Say it wants a different item than Adamant Crystal. That's virtually it. Or if you want something like a Specs user or something along those lines. I definitely don't see it being used outside that. But anyway, that is it. Thank you for watching, people. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, if you found it insightful, informative, interesting, hit that like button and let me know if you want to see another Pokemon. We could do a few legendaries. We could do some more fully evolved Pokemon. I don't mind. I just wanted to finish off those last Hisu Pokemon from PLA. That's about it, people. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.